All right, we apologize for technical difficulties back here on Overnght with Aiden O'Neill, Aiden Blanc. You didn't miss much in the final game of our cross-conference challenge. 4:45 to go in quarter number 3. It's 11-8, LIU in front. Now it's 11-9.
Ola Trujillo got it past the outstretched arm of the keeper, deflected for a moment and just rolled into the back of that goal. We got an 11-9 game.
LIU with a flurry of goals to start quarter number 3. And that's what's put them ahead here, is they're 2 unanswered to start the quarter. Other than that, they've been back to trading goals, but allowing those 2 goals in less than 3 minutes really hurt them.
Absolutely, and that's why the insurance goals are so crucial. Keep their composure on LIU's side and also the confidence.
Driving, shooting, and saved. Oh, man. Caitlin Williams just didn't have enough on that, but she's getting a second chance here. Williams for Iona. They decide to go to point. Sadie Salas runs it, puts a shot on net that's turned away by Giannoni.
What a beautiful sequence from Giannoni. The shot prior, she rose up out of the water, got big, deflected it down, and then on the second chance opportunity, knocks it away with the right hand.
3:40 left. Five to shoot when they pick up here. 4 seconds, and they turn it over. Iona off the other way, trying to get it back to a 1-score game at 11-9. In front, loose ball, turned away by Giannoni, but hang on. It's staying with the Gales. Second chance here at 3:17 in the third. Up to Collins. Far side. Now to the point with Trujillo. Here we go. Trujillo, inside pass. Taken away, but a penalty. 13 on the clock. Shot skips to the net and it's saved.
Continuing to really roll is Giannoni. Setting the tone and now back the other way.
Missed opportunities, the key. Pass in front, got a step. Which direction are we going? It appears to have gone on Iona.
Looks like we'll get a penalty.
It's how we started this third quarter. Sydney DeVroat to shoot. She has it. Right by Morris. Twelve to 9. It's back to a 3-point game.
A skip shot to the bottom right. Just past Morris. Those penalties so tough in the goalie's position to stop, especially with the deadly attack from LIU.
Inside ball. Staying here. The key for Iona is just going to be keeping pace. LIU's been scoring every trip down. Looking, rattles off the top. Empty trips are not going to be acceptable much longer, especially when you get that. Fast break chance for LIU, saved at the net. Oh, man. Two-handed stop Lily Morris.
What a beautiful feed that was to get down there on the one-on-one.
Addison Collins with 15 to shoot. Feeds it for Trujillo. Into a swarm of Sharks in the lane. Nothing there, but hang on. No free passes. Oh, the turnaround just misses.
Williams with the steal behind the goalie. She didn't see her coming.
They didn't realize that Williams was back there.
And a point-blank shot. Sophie Shorter-Robinson-esque with that backhand, but just off the right side.
Three-goal lead for LIU. 70 seconds left in the third. To the opposite end. Another save. 50 seconds left. Trying for something, fired on net, and a one-handed stop with 31 seconds left.
Would have been the first time today we saw a 4-goal lead for LIU. They still do have an opportunity with 1 second separating game clock and shot clock.
Turnaround shot in front, no. Shot clock is off, 20 seconds for Iona to get this to 2 before the end of the quarter. Foul committed, 9 seconds when they pick it up. 8, Trujillo. 5, 3, inside. Can they get it across? Yes, at the horn. Oh, that was big.
Caitlin Williams has been hanging out there all night long, whether it's defense with that steal from behind or the physicality to finish through contact. It's a 2-goal game. You emphasized how big that was. Still a full 8 minutes to go.
We will go to the fourth in a 2-goal game, the best we've seen all day. Back in a minute. This is the Cross Conference Challenge here on Overnght. fourth quarter, final quarter of the day, and maybe the best one we're going to see. Aiden Blanc, Aiden O'Neill. We haven't lost it quite yet. Still got the energy. How can you not in a game like this? It's the closest we've seen all weekend. 12-10. Long Island leading Iona. Two in-state rivals. To the sprint we go. LIU first to it, and that's a big start if they can score here and set the tone with a 3-goal lead.
That's exactly why we play games like today. Long Island, they'll possess it, looking to score early.
Ball inside. Where's it going? It's staying here. Foul called against Iona. LIU nearly caught him sleeping. Giannoni, or rather her opponent, Lily Morris, slaps it away.
Great job getting the right hand up there. He's batting it up in the air and out of bounds.
Trying to find something. Chased down by Emma Sardo. Back to top. Feliciano tries, and she's rejected. So less than 60 seconds gone by, and now here's an all too important possession for Iona. They all are going to be. But this one can cut it down to a 1-goal game. At the beginning of this game, we thought after a quarter, maybe the last team to have a possession might just be the ones to win it. If you can get it to a 1-goal game, then it's really that simple.
And you start to think, too, who can execute the best down the stretch.
LIU executing perfectly fine there. They've got a 3-goal lead.
And then they keep getting back to that 3-goal margin. It'll be crucial to retain that as we move forward, because it gives them at least some room for error while still keeping the lead intact.
Huge possession for Iona. Haven't trailed by more than 3 today. That could change right now. They turn it over.
See this open pool. Getting involved is Camarena.
Here we go. Elena Camarena feeds it to DeVroat. DeVroat tried to get 4 for the first time. No, it's saved. And Lily Morris, the first to it for Iona. So another chance here to get it back down to 2. Up for Trujillo. Inside and saved. Or rather, it was stolen. But now they're going to start to press. That's something we haven't seen from any team in any game this entire weekend. But you're at that point now. 5:42, down by 3. It's doable. But the defense has got to come up strong.
Something's got to give. Got to force turnovers right now.
A lot of space. You're running that risk here. Nearly at a takeaway. They do have a takeaway with a penalty.
That's huge. Got to work quickly now. Back the other way.
Thrown all the way down. Almost threw it away. Way to keep it in, Remy Ikes. They slow it at 5:16. She picks it up. Almost 3 minutes gone here. 3-goal game. Caitlin Williams is the trailer actually here. There's the shot. And it's just off.
Just
There's
wide.
Williams. She's the first to it for a takeaway. That was huge.
Huge activity, staying back on the defensive side and coming up with it.
Going a man down, essentially, in the offensive zone is an interesting choice, but it works in your favor there. Here's Emily Geld. Geld up to Trujillo. 4:41 to go. Got to get a goal here. Williams has one today. Almost has another. But hang on, they're going to get a second chance. Four and a half minutes left. Ball inside, tight defense.
A lot of contact.
Yeah.
It's going to be a penalty.
Yep, it's good. It should be a penalty shot. No, it's an exclusion. A lot of space to shoot here. Someone's got to take it. Williams in front, and she's turned away. That was the chance. Timeout LIU. They may have just won this thing if they can knock off enough time on the next possession. 4:13 to go, and they lead by 3. Still a close game. Still hanging with you here on Overnght. .413 left in the fourth. Not quite desperation time yet with Iona trailing by 3, but getting close to that. Here we go. One more for LIU, almost puts it out of reach. But they get stood up. Iona's done a good job defensively. They just haven't gotten the goals. That's really all they can do right now, is they have to score.
Looking at the time now, under 4 minutes, they're going to need one within the next 1 minute and 30 seconds to have a chance.
They're not going to get it there. Down by 3. We've seen from LIU how quickly goals can be scored in this game. That's really been the difference maker. The 2 that they got in the first 2 minutes of the second half are the reason they're in front right now, or at least in front by as many as they are. Long shot. Ooh, they tried to put the nail in the coffin there, and they just missed it.
Does feel like we're at that point where one more goal for LIU will really put a stamp on victory.
Here's Addison Collins for Iona. 3:09 to go. At the top, Caitlin Williams has been the best player in the pool this afternoon. She's taken away. 3-minute mark. And that feels like it almost does it. Let's see how quickly LIU moves offensively here. Ball in front. Towards the net and saved. Iona has stayed alive by the hair of their chin on the last couple of possessions here. They're going to use a timeout in the last 2:46. This really is going to be crunch time as both teams head to the sideline.
Good time out there from Brian Kelly with 2:46 left. Have to draw up a play where he can get a quick goal. It's the only way to climb back. And then you talked about that press that they started doing a few moments ago. I would expect that to continue for the final 2:40.
Let's step aside, back in 30 seconds for the final 2:46. Final 2:46. The last stand for Iona, down by 3. We've seen some good water polo this weekend. None better than this, Aiden O'Neill, at the Cross Conference Challenge.
Perfect way to cap off a great tournament here at Mona Plummer. It's been a pleasure to bring all the action to you all back at home, and Aidan and I have had a great time today.
Coming out of the timeout, here we go. They got to score, and they got to do it quick. Down by 3 goals. Swung inside for Olivia Wiseman. 2:35 to go. 12 to shoot. Opposite side, that is a goal. All right, it's down to 2.
And that's credit to Brian Kelly drawing up a play out of the timeout.
Now you've got to get a stop, and you've done that pretty well so far in this 4th quarter. 13-11.
A stop and a score before 1 minute would be huge. Gives them life.
You imagine at this point they're starting to think about pulling the goalie.
At some point you have to go empty net and take that chance. Absolutely.
You're about to go under 2 minutes. Great stop by Lily Morris.
Now you got to push.
I think this is it. 2-minute mark. Down by 2. Is Lily Morris going to join in the action? Not quite. They are going to buy themselves a little more time. That's an interesting choice here. See if they can get a goal. Brian Kelly putting the trust in his offense. And they're stood up. Now you're going to have to pull her on the next possession.
No doubt, and if you're LIU, you want to milk this full 20-second shot clock. With a 2-goal lead now, have to play a type of keep away.
15 to shoot, 1:25 left in the game. You just don't want to give them a free 30 here on the penalty. They don't. Great stop by Morris, and now you have to push. 1:15 to go.
He's going to use another timeout, Brian Kelly is.
I don't know if he is.
Looked like he signaled to the official that he wanted a timeout.
Iona out of timeout.
They're out of timeouts. He didn't realize that. Brian Kelly wanted a timeout. He did not know they were out of timeouts. However, it does kind of work in his favor. They get to advance it, almost like in basketball.
Because of the stoppage.
Even though he didn't use a timeout technically, they get to advance it. Lily Morris is at mid-pool, which makes sense because she was going to have to come in anyway. No, they're not going to pull the goalie. 1:05 to go. They're going to try to shoot, and the stop by Giannoni.
Leaning on the star of today's afternoon to make a big-time stop when they needed it.
60 seconds left, down by 2. The decision not to pull the goalie. Now they're in trouble, and that's the nail in the coffin. Amasardo puts them back up by 3, and this thing is out of reach for the Gales unless they get a miracle here.
Just a shake of the head from Brian Kelly. It is an interesting decision to not pull the goalie on that last possession. At this point, it feels like you had nothing to lose.
Even if you don't trust Morris, you can still go to your 1A. Eladine. $30 seconds left. There's really no choice here. They got to shoot.
One stop for
5 seconds left.
One stop for LIU. It's over, and that should do it.
Shot clock is off and just about over, and LIU's going to get a good win. That's got to feel pretty good. They certainly have had their moments this weekend. And they're going to walk out of here with another win. Best game of the day, and LIU squeaks by a 14-11 final to close out the cross-conference challenge. 10 games in the books, Aiden O'Neill, and we saw some terrific performances this weekend.
It was a journey, to say the least, but LIU pulling off the victory in this final contest, and who really stood out to me was their goalie, Giannoni, coming up with that big-time save at the end. Both teams going back and forth, but some frustration for sure if you're Iona. 0-2 on the day. We're so close to pulling off that victory.
And they will head back home. Both of these teams will, to resume their play. And we will say so long. 10 games on Overnght this weekend. And we'll have more coming up for you. No more tournaments, but some MPSF games for Arizona State. And we really enjoyed bringing you this game this weekend. So for Aiden O'Neill and our entire Stream Team production crew, I'm Aiden Blanc saying so long from Tempe. 14-11 the final, 10 games in. Thanks for watching the Cross Conference Challenge here on Overnght.